Hi, everybody. It is Monday, September 18th. And yeah, this video, I'm just going to touch on some of the information that I got over the last couple of years. And it kind of seems like it makes sense to me, but I'm just going to just throw it out there and see what you guys think as well. It's about um, it's about this sort of control matrix that we're in. Um, from what I understand is like I said, I've been getting messages, telepathic messages. Some of them are just it's more like I'm remembering things, uh, and then some are just it's information. It's like wow, that's pretty interesting. But as usual, I just sort of put it on the shelf and I just like I'll just think about that for a while or I'll write it down, and just contemplate it at another time. But one of the things I've been getting for quite a few years now is that there's it's almost like a mind control system out there. I know this is going to sound weird and everything, but it's basically like a satellite system that, because I mean, if you kind of notice, we're kind of like living on Prison Planet, and we're being farmed, as you know, we're definitely being played. But it's like, well, how are they doing this? I mean, because like there's people are just doing some really illogical things. They're just not. It seems like they're not thinking right. But they've been showing me is yeah, it's not only is it controlled by the media, too, which of course they've had control of that for the longest time. But also, like I said, there's this satellite system that's giving us uh, sort of um, hypnotic suggestions. And I know I've heard a few people talk about this as well as others. And it's almost like there's like these little thoughts that'll come out. It's like just go along, fit in with the crowd, and do what everybody else is doing. That type of thing. If you know what I'm getting at. Uh, don't rock the boat, and it's like all this stuff. And so the people that don't fit into that category, that's why I use that as an example as well. It's like the people that can't be hypnotized at one of those shows, and you know, so it's almost like for some reason some people can be hypnotized and some people can't, and it's like you're open to suggestions. It's the power of suggestion, sort of. And for us that don't fall into that category, we're the ones that fall into the category of critical thinkers because it's like I just like, but even if I hear an odd voice, even the ones that I've been hearing my whole life, it's like if they or I hear this suggestion, I'm gonna question it right away. It's like I don't know, that doesn't sound right, or wait a minute, that does sound right, or whatever. I'm just gonna be sort of questioning it. I'm not just gonna blindly do something that somebody suggests to me. I'm gonna put a lot of thought behind it. So that's why, for me, I'm probably under that category that I probably can't be hypnotized. I don't know. Uh, but anyway, so what they've been kind of telling me is, again, this is going to sound, out there and everything, but we've been getting help from off-world take out these satellites, and they said there's just a lot of them out there. But what's been difficult for them to do, and they've told me this several times, is these satellites that are used in conjunction with ones that are on Earth, whatever. It is kind of like a mind control system around our planet. They said they've been taking them down slowly, but what makes it difficult is a lot of them, or actually maybe even all of them, are cloaked. So it's like they're trying to figure out where these signals are coming from. And as anybody understands how that works, is you sort of triangulate on where these things are coming from. So it's like if you're being hit here, you sort of try to figure out exactly where it's coming from. So I guess it's very difficult to do. And one of the main control ones, from what I understand, is between the moon and Mars. It's a really big one, I guess. and they're still trying to take that down. And also, they, as bizarre as this sounds, like I'm just going to put this out there. I mean, whether people, if this makes sense to anybody, but they also said that a lot of them were booby trapped, and on a different timeline we tried to do it before and it didn't work and whatever. So that's another reason why this is kind of going slowly. Is they're just they're helping us dismantle this control system, and it is a kind of a mind control system, as you know, because this isn't an open war that we're fighting. It's more like it's almost like we're fighting for everybody's mind to, you know, that's why we call it also waking up. It's like we're trying to think clearly as possible, you know, under these circumstances. So that's kind of anyway what I want to talk about is that, and also for people like me, and there's a bunch of other people, you'll hear that term DEW, which is a directed energy weapon. We get microwaved. That's the best way for me to describe it. So whatever satellites are out there, they can use them as a weapon as well as a mind control. Now, I mean, hopefully, you know, a few years from now, this information will come out somehow, or maybe I'm just, you know, I'm just not thinking right or whatever. I'm getting the wrong messages. But like I said, I've been putting this on a shelf for a while, and I've been realizing it's kind of playing out the way they're saying to me. So it's like it's starting to make sense that there is, well, I've always known there was a control system, but I thought it was just mostly on the surface of the planet. But like I said, this is a kind of a bigger story than we realize, and this is old, really old tech. This goes back to when Earth was sort of kidnapped and messed with to be a prison planet. What it is that they've sort of kidnapped us. We're eternal beings inside a physical body, and we get our memories wiped out whenever we come in here. They sort of perpetuate that. So, but they're using us because we are generating this reality. I know this is out there, but I'm just saying, so we're the ones that are actually manifesting everything, and they know that. So that's why they're controlling us. They want to steer our creativity for their benefit. So yeah, they're definitely using us. We're being played in many ways, and as you can see, it's starting to show in the physical realm, as in like our physical reality with our politics and our laws and stuff like that. And if you even go back into history, whether it's back to the times of Egypt or whatever, or the Sumerians or whatever, however far back, you start realizing it's all about this control structure of beings that are trying to use other beings to, whether it's mine gold or whatever it is, to work for their benefit. So, but when you grow up in a system like this, you think that that's just the way it's supposed to be. But no, we're supposed to be free. So we've never really had freedom because we've always lived on prison planet, the beings down here. I mean, whether you realize it or not, but we've been reincarnated over and over and over again. Some people have memory of past lives, but then some people don't, because that's part of this matrix. Was they mind wipe us, our memory and everything, so we don't remember our past lives or what we even did, you know, even up to like 50, 60 years ago or something. So, and then you also realize they don't want us to get too old, because as soon as you start figuring it out, they've kind of probably maximized it. It's like, okay, people start figuring things out in their 60s or 50s. I mean, depending how smart you are. But you start bucking the system, you start going, wait a minute, this doesn't sound right, whatever. So they kind of maximized our lifespan around 80 years, because they realize, okay, if they're smart, they're going to figure it out by the time they're 80 that something's wrong here. We're being used. We're just this is not right. So it's better to just sort of, you know, do these loops with a younger generation And that way they never really figure it out. They're not here long enough to figure it out. And that's another reason why they wipe out our memories from even previous existences, because over a span of 1,000 years, if you've been looped and looped and looped over back on Earth, after a while you're going to go, wait a minute, things haven't changed that much. We're still being controlled. So that's kind of what what they've been basically maintaining. So the help that we're getting off planet are to take this system down. And from what I understand is it's working, but it's kind of slow, and they're still figuring it all out. But we're slowly getting freed of this mind control system, and we're starting to wake up. And they also realize, I'm talking about our controllers, that they can't stop this anymore. We tipped the scales, so we are past the point of no return. In other words, everybody's going to eventually wake up. So, call yourself a star worker, or if you're here for that reason, which I know I am, I'm here to help people remember who you are. You're an eternal being, and also you're trapped here, and we're getting you guys out of here. So in order for that, for me to do that properly, that's why I had to incarnate on Earth and understand it from the boots on the ground perspective too. So that's out there. I know. I'm just gonna throw this out there. So if this makes any sense to you, great. If not, yeah, I'm just a crazy guy talking again still. But anyway, so that's my little update for September, and we're still on track. That's kind of what I keep getting. We're still okay. We're getting freed, but what they're doing is it's all behind the scenes. So we're going to slowly see more and more of this come out. And for anybody that's more concerned with earthly politics, you'll notice that, yeah, the physical human beings that were in power are slowly going to lose all their power, and we're going to get our freedom back on Earth. But also there's a bigger story going on outside of planet, which we're getting freed from this control system. So that's my little update for September, and yeah, I'll make another video maybe by the end of the month or something. So stay positive. It's working. Okay.